Hi guys, this is Ashley back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to turn on post notifications. So fans are saying that Botch and Bitter has tricked the female rappers into dropping their albums. A fan says Cardi, after she done tricked all the female rappers into dropping their albums this year so she can fly solo next year. Okay? Now, here's my thing. I don't think Botch and Bitter tricked anybody. If anything, she tricked herself. Because Megan Thee Stallion will be dropping next year, even though she's probably not going to outsell, Botch and Bitter. Doja Cat is dropping next year, even though it might be pop R&B, she's still dropping next year. Okay? And then on top of that, Nicki is dropping. Okay? So how did you trick anybody when female rappers are still dropping next year? If anything, you tricked yourself because you haven't dropped in 10 plus years. You keep stalling, and that is lowering your chances of selling. Okay? And also the anticipation for her next album is not really there. If we're being completely honest, the anticipation is not there. And to be quite honest, she looks a fool waiting years and years and years to drop an album that might be mid. Okay? I don't think Botch and Bitter is going to put out a better album than Invasions of Payola. I didn't really like that album like that, but I don't think she's going to drop a better album than that album, in my opinion. Because you can tell by her recent music, the bars are not there. I think Partisan Fontaine is low-key sabotaging Botch and Bitter, and that's why her music has been trashed for the last few years. So let me know how y'all feel about it. If you feel like she tricked Nicki Minaj and Megan, Gorilla Glue, and Scratch Off, I don't feel like she did. If anything, I feel like she tricked herself. Okay, or Titanic Records tricked her to think that she was going to be the queen of rap. And all she is the queen of surgery. Okay, and that's what she's really known for, is her surgeries and her lack of writing skills. But at the end of the day, I feel like you're not really that girl in female rap. And if she don't drop in 2025, she probably going to be out of the female rap conversation. She's not going to be in the female rap conversation in 2025 if she don't put out music. Now, moving on to Doja Cat. Doja Cat has crossed over to 4.2 billion streams on Payola in 2024. Big Doja is in the building, okay? She's not even putting out music. She's not even, out and about. She basically has been on hiatus. And she's still outselling and outstreaming Megan, Botch and Bitter, Gorilla Glue, Ice Spice. That's what you call the princess of rap, and that's why she has that title. So congratulations to Big Doja. Now, moving on from that, fans are saying that Botch and Bitter and Megan Thee Stallion are clocking Nicki Minaj because her song with Juice WRLD debuted at number 68 on the Hot 100. A lot of fans are calling this a flop. Let me know how y'all feel about it. I'm like, well, it did better than Bigger in Texas, which had a music video, and y'all was bigging that record up. Now, Bigger in Texas is not a bad song. Okay, Bigger in Texas is fire. But at the end of the day, it did flop on the charts. Okay, it went to number 84 on the Hot 100, and y'all was gassing it up. What happened? It's like people only support Megan, Scratch Off on social media, but then try to dog out Nicki Minaj sales. It don't work like that. Okay? So if you're gonna call the Juice WRLD record a flop, the same thing would apply to the Wannabe remix Botch and Bitter put out. The song that she put out with Peso Pluma and Shakira. The collaboration, Put It On The Money. Remember that Put It On The Money record? Where she was hiding her pregnancy. That was a flop. And Bigger in Texas. And basically Megan's second album, Act 2, which only did 9K first week. I mean, y'all got to keep the same energy. I don't understand that. So let me know how y'all feel about that. I already gave my opinion on the record. So I don't really need to reiterate it because I already gave my opinion on the record. But at the end of the day, I think that if Nicki Minaj brings straight bars and Roman back, okay, just straight bars, Roman, okay, Red Ruby the Sleaze, she is definitely going to top the charts again. Okay, let's be very clear. Now, I don't know if she's still putting out the deluxe though. Okay, because we haven't really heard her speak about the deluxe, so I don't know if it's still coming out December 13th, but I hope it does. Okay, because like I said before, a few of these hoes, you know, whether Nicki feels like they need to be ignored or not, they need their lashings. Okay, because you don't really ignore them on social media. She be dissing them on social media, so at the end of the day, I feel like they need some lashings in the records. Okay, but since people like to sue over diss records nowadays, maybe, you know, it's not a good idea to be dissing in records anymore. You know, hip-hop is watered down. You can have writers. You can sue people or labels over diss records. You can sue bloggers. So maybe it's best for Nicki Minaj not to do no disses, because it seems as though hip-hop ain't hip-hop no more. It ain't rap, okay? It's, you know, crap. It's garbage now, okay? Because at the end of the day, people getting their feelings even when they be throwing disses. But if you throw them back, they want to sue labels, they want to sue bloggers, they want to sue everybody when it's not in their favor. So, you know, maybe Nicki Minaj should not put out no diss records, because it seems as though rap is turning into crap and garbage, and everybody want to cry and play victim. Now, moving on from that, Megan Thee Stallion and Yuki Shabazz Mamouche has exited this week's Billboard Hot 100, spending 20 weeks on the chart. This is the first time since April 2024 that Megan hasn't appeared on the Hot 100. Wow. So Megan doesn't have any songs on the Hot 100 despite releasing 2 albums this year. That's what you call a flop. I'm sorry. You released 2 albums and you don't got no songs on the charts, and you just released an album maybe like a month ago. That is what you would call a flop. I'm sorry. That is unexcusable, especially when you got Devil Nation backing you. You got Warner as a distribution label. You know, you put out all these music videos and get all this playlisting. You beat with Nicki Minaj. This is unacceptable, Megan. I need an explanation from the thotties as to how this is possible. Do the thotties have an answer? Why is Megan not on the chart after releasing 2 albums? And don't say she's independent. If you got a distribution deal, you're not independent. Independent means you distribute the music out yourself. That's what real independent artists do. Okay? So, yeah, that's kind of weird. Now, moving on from that, Queen Bee is expected to rank as Billboard's #1 greatest pop star of the 21st century. They just announced the Chart Obsessed Racist was #2. Rihanna, it was at #3. And we don't really have to go over the whole list, because I went over, you know, the other pop stars that made the list before. But the point of the matter is, Queen Bee is #1. A lot of people are upset about this, saying she does not deserve the #1 spot. I'm like, how? How does she not deserve it? She's been in the game for 30 years, probably more than that. And then on top of that, out of all of her peers, she's the most relevant one. And she's outselling a lot of these pop stars that are dropping now, except for the Chart Obsessed Racist. Okay, she outsold Billie, even though I think Billie had a better album. You know, Billie got sabotaged by the Chart Obsessed Racist. She outsold Charlie XCX. She outsold Ariana. She outsold Sabrina Carpenter, even though Espresso was a big hit. You know, how does she not deserve it when she's like one of the most relevant artists of our generation, and she's been in the game for 30 plus years? Plus, she has a lot of talent. She can dance, she can sing. Okay? Now, people say, oh, she can't write, blah, 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 but that's not what the writing credits say. She credited on all of her songs, and y'all can say, oh, well, she stole it, but wouldn't she be getting sued? Okay? Wouldn't all these writers come out and sue the Carters if she was stealing writing credits? Okay? Because at the end of the day, you can sue for anything now. Okay? Look at what Champagne Thickums is doing. I think people are upset that Queen Bee is still relevant, and she has not completely fell off or gotten blackballed by the industry, and they're waiting and praying on her downfall. That's what it gives, okay? And understand, Queen Bee is not perfect. Everybody has their flaws, but you can't deny the talent, okay? That's what I don't like. Don't deny the talent, okay? She's doing stadiums. A lot of these pop stars can't even do stadiums. A lot of these rappers cannot do stadiums. Now, here is Queen Bee's recent achievements. First artist in history to chart simultaneously at number 1 on 23 different Billboard charts. Most decorated person in the Skimmy's history. First woman to have their first 8 studio albums debut at number 1 in the U.S. Female artist with the most tours grossing over 200 million each. She has 4 tours that have grossed over 200 million. First woman to top 7 of the Billboard's multi-metric songs chart, Hot 100, country songs, hot dance, electronic songs, gospel, Latin, R&B, and hip-hop. First artist this century to have multiple eras garner a number 1 album, song, movie in the U.S. Only artist to record a new number 1 in each of these 4 decades. The 1990s, she went number 1. In the 2000s, she went number 1 multiple times. In the 2010s and 2020s, she has went number 1 multiple times. Name Polestar's touring artist of the decade. First touring artist in history to gross over 100 million in 3 separate calendar months. 9 number 1 hits and 24 top 10s. 9th highest grossing tour in history, 579 million. First black artist to surpass 1 billion in tour gross. Okay, so Queen Bee's that girl. This is why she is the number 1 pop star of the 21st century, because look at all these accolades. No other female artist is doing that, even Taylor. No shade. Because at the end of the day, the Charts as Racist wasn't going number 1 in the 1990s or the early 2000s. Okay, the 2010s, the 2020s, she was. But not in the 1990s like Queen Bee. Now, moving on to Champagne Thickums bitch ass. He is receiving Donkey of the Century, Dud of the Year. I am so sick and tired of this Bange BBL. Loser, botch, built, ball spot having ass nigga. Now Champagne Thickums has filed a second legal action against Universal for not blocking the release of the song, falsely accusing him of being a SO offender. Okay. It was reported that Champagne Thickums has filed a second legal action against Universal. Okay. This time, the filing targets Universal and iHeartMedia, arguing that the label funneled payments to the radio be held as part of the pay-to-play scheme. This new filing also takes Universal to task over the Not Like Us lyrics, which famously dubbed Champagne Thickums as a pedo, a predator. Champagne Thickums says Universal knew the allegations to be incorrect, but did not block the release of the song, falsely accusing him of being an SO offender. The filing reads. Now, here's my thing with this loser of a rapper, someone that should have never been able to make it into the industry, because at the end of the day, he don't write his own raps anyway. Didn't you falsely accuse Kung Fu Kenny of being a woman beater? And then you said his child wasn't his. And Universal did not stop that record from coming out either. Family Disasters, which is trash, in my opinion, not even really a great song. You accused him of doing several things. And you don't see Kung Fu Kenny being a lame and suing Universal. Universal did not defame you. Okay? You're scared to go after Kung Fu Kenny because you know that he might got them receipts. Let's be very clear. That's why he won't go after Kung Fu Kenny. Yeah, you can make all these theories about his, beef with Universal. I actually have the tea of him getting blackballed on Patreon from the beginning to what's going on now. because I've been talking about this even prior to, his beef with Kung Fu Kenny. But at the end of the day, you have made accusations about Kung Fu Kenny, and even like artists like Rick Ross, who you were beefing with, and Metro Boomin and The Weeknd. You have said certain things about them in records that could be deemed as false. But because the most popular record was going after you, you feel away. And that's what I don't respect. You get the most payola and the most radio for years. You were like the number one stream artist for like a decade, and you was putting out trash for like 5 years straight. Of course you was getting payola. Let's not be ridiculous. Customers had to get refunds on Payola because Payola was spamming your content back in 2018 when Scorpion came out, and you had a Payola deal, which is technically payola. So at the end of the day, you are not innocent. Okay? You are a bitch ass nigga. I cannot stand Champagne Thickums, and now y'all understand why. See, I knew what type of person he was, but now people are able to see it. Okay? Like, you can't do stuff to other people and then get upset when they do it to you. You dropped your diss track first because Kung Fu Kenny said, oh, there's no big three, it's big me. Okay? That's all he said in the record, and you dropped push-ups, and you was talking about his ex-fiance or baby mama Whitney and his manager being the father of his child. You were saying all this horrendous stuff, and now you're trying to play victim. Like, what kind of light-skinned shit is this? Only a Karen would do that. Karen Champagne Thickums. I hope Universal countersues and they say, well, we did not stop Kung Fu Kenny's record, but we didn't stop yours either. We didn't stop Family Disaster from coming out and you putting all these lies out to the public about Kung Fu Kenny. And then also on top of that, didn't you say that you fed Kung Fu Kenny the information? You were saying, oh, we plotted for weeks. So now you didn't plot for weeks. But you were saying that, oh, I knew you would take this angle. We plotted for weeks. That's what you said in the Heart Attack 6. So clearly, Kung Fu Kenny was right about you, that you are a liar, a master manipulator, and you lie about everything. And it's clear as day. Now, Champagne Thickums' manager has posted on his Instagram sneak dissing, like usually his team and Champagne Thickums do. They posted these lyrics: if I press the red button, dog, everybody heaven gated. Press the red button, dog, everything forever changes. How is this the red button? So the lawsuit was the red button? That's corny. Okay? That's no red button. The red button was supposed to be bars. Okay? And allegedly this was going to be on his Scary Hours 3 EP, but there's nothing scary about Champagne Thickums. He should change it to Litigation Hours 3. Lawyering Up Hours 3. Okay? Botch and Bitter Jr. He's no better than Cardi B. That's like Botch and Bitter suing Titanic Records for giving another artist payola when she gets all the payola she wants. I mean, come on now. Now, her payola is not as great as it used to be, but Botch and Bitter used to get a lot of payola, and you don't see her suing nobody. Well, except the bloggers. She sued the bloggers, but I'm talking about she don't sue the labels. Now, despite Champagne Thickums trying to take Kung Fu Kenny out, Kung Fu Kenny has been ranked the best rapper of 2024, which is an obvious. Travis, number 2, Eminem, number 3, Future, number 4, 21 Below Average, number 5, I don't understand how, J. Cole, number 6, Tyler, the Bottom Feeder, number 7, 3 Dreads, number 8, I don't know how Wayne was number 8, he shouldn't even be on the list, considering that he didn't even have no hot album or hot lyrics out this year. He didn't have no hot music out this year. How is he number 8? But, this must be paid for. Playboy Cardi at number 9 and ASAP the Colorist at number 10. Okay, so ASAP the Colorist being at number 10, clearly this is fraudulent. Okay, ASAP the Colorist been flopping for the past 10 years now. Now, even though Champagne Thickums and his botched BBL has been trying to sabotage the king of rap. Unfortunately, he is not able to do so. No amount of lawsuits and propaganda and PR agendas can stop the GOAT. Kung Fu Kenny's Not Like Us has re-entered the top 20 on US Apple Music. Uh-oh! Champagne Thickums about to sue Apple Music next. It also is top 20 on iTunes. So I know Champagne Thickums ain't gonna be too happy, okay? I can see him doing a lawsuit to Apple Music saying that they're using payola. Even though, I'll be honest with you, I probably gave Kung Fu Kenny, since May, I probably gave him at least 100,000 streams. No lie. I listen to Kung Fu Kenny every single day, every hour of the day. So I can testify that I probably gave him 100,000 streams, and I'm not even exaggerating. Okay? So with that being said, congratulations to the GOAT. Also, Kung Fu Kenny Squabble Up remains the number one on US Payola for the fourth consecutive day with 3.47 million streams, up 8%. Oh, Lord. Champagne Thickums, get off the floor. Kung Fu Kenny is still on your neck. Despite Champagne Thickums' lies that Kung Fu Kenny is using payola, it looks like Payola ain't gonna stop promoting the king of rap, and he is number one, baby, and that's where he gonna stay. But I'm shocked Luther hasn't went number one, because I love Luther. I think it's at number 3 or 4, but Luther with SZA, that's fire. Now we gotta continue to make Champagne Thickums really mad and support the king of rap. He doesn't tell any lies in his music, unlike Champagne Thickums, and he actually writes his music, unlike Champagne Thickums, who has writing camps and also has a lot of writers that he has signed, like Party Next Door. So at the end of the day, Champagne Thickums, he is completely removed from the big three. He'll never be a part of the big three ever again in his life. And he's not one of the GOATs in hip hop. GOATs don't sue labels because of a diss record. And whether you're saying, oh, he want to get out of his contract, it don't matter. He's upset that Kung Fu Kenny is winning, and he's a sore loser. And I dare him to sue Kung Fu Kenny. Ain't gonna be pretty for him. I dare him to give Kung Fu Kenny a lawsuit, and I will be dragging him by his bald patch that he got on top of his head. Okay? I will be dragging him by his pubic follicles. I dare him to try me. It's gonna be bad for him. Now, Deb Anthony, who is Waka Flocka's mom, a former manager of Nicki Minaj, she was at the Pink Friday 2 tour. When I saw Nicki Minaj live, I was in the first row. I saw Deb, okay? I was like a few feet away from her, and she was waving to the fans. But that's neither here nor there. She went and did an interview, and this is what she had to say about Scratch Off.
Lotto, it pissed me off with these older rappers that didn't take that little girl up under their wing. When I tell you that she could have won, I just knew she was it for Atlanta. Like she was gonna take this by storm, and she was out of here.
Yeah.
But what makes you see that in an artist?
I know it factors.
Yeah, she got the it. Like
when I tell you this, listen to me.
You feel it?
Yeah, listen to me.
Yeah.
I know an artist. I know them. Yeah. That's the one thing they say they want to say. I know an artist.
Yeah, well, Deb, you must have missed the mark with this one. How she got the it factor and can't even sell 50,000 first week. Where's the it factor? Okay? Just because she light-skinned and got a BBL, that don't mean she have it, okay? That just means she's surviving off of pretty privilege. Because if she had it, she would be bigger than what she is now, okay? Doja Cat has the it factor. Doja has the it factor. Scratch Off does not. Okay, let's be very clear. Now, in regards to female rappers taking Scratch Off under, their wing, well, maybe she shouldn't have disrespected Nicki Minaj and that could have possibly happened. Okay? But no, she wanted to be disrespectful and she got kicked out of the kingdom. But isn't she pimping out her sister Brooklyn to Champagne Thickums for free collaborations and writing sessions and free beats allegedly? So why don't Champagne Thickums take her under his wing since he's sleeping with Brooklyn, her sister anyway? Oh, I forgot. Maybe she got to give up the cutie cat too for that. So at the end of the day, if she's sleeping with 21 Below Average and Champagne Thickums and beefs with Nicki Minaj and she still can't make it, clearly she's not it. Didn't she work with Botch and Bitter and Megan Thee Stallion? Why won't they take her under their wing? Aren't they older than her? Oh, I forgot. Because she barely helps anybody chart. She don't have it. She has surgery and she's light-skinned. That's all. Okay? Now, I like some of Scratch Off's music. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think she has it, though. You know, the it factor is Doechii. I feel like JT got it. You know, Gorilla Glue. Someone has the it factor. Doja Cat. But not Scratch Off. Scratch Off's boring. Okay? And it's evident. That's why she's a side chick and not the main chick. Okay? She's a side dish. She like the mashed potatoes, but she'll never be the steak. So anyway, I got some very hot tea on the blackballing of Champagne Thickums and what's going to happen next with his career. That's on Patreon. Link will be in the description. And I hope you guys have a great day.